action. Is y'all doing that yet with me? Are y'all doing action yet? What's poppin', people? What's going on, world? It's your boy, Big Handsome, co-host of Coffee with Carter, host of Tens. And as always, he doesn't feel too good. He's at the tail end of a cold, but he's still the best host on the internet, Carter Washington. Carter, say hi to the people. I know, dude. Okay, you ain't gotta say hi to him because you don't feel good. People, you just say hi to Carter. He ain't even gotta say hi to you today. Child actors. You alright? You chilling? You chilling? Alright, this is episode 10 of Coffee with Carter. And, you know me, before I get into my episode of Coffee with Carter, I like to drop my little PSA for people. And my little PSA for people is I don't know, I've been noticing a lot, and I don't know if maybe I've just been blind to it, but I've been noticing a lot that a lot of people, especially the younger generation, these millennials, you know what I'm saying, been making fun of a lot of mentally challenged people, like in public, on their face, picking with them, and you know what I'm saying, doing all types of stuff like that. Stop, people. I mean, mentally challenged people, you know what I'm saying, that's a serious infliction. It's something you can't take a drug for, or nothing you just kind of like born with, and there's nothing that's due to beyond your control. These people wouldn't mentally challenged, they probably be a lot, you know what I'm saying, more intelligent than you are. So with that being said, leave that people alone. That's trash. You know what I'm saying? I know that bullying and hazing and, you know what I'm saying, all that has starting to hit all-time highs nowadays. But come on, stop. And when one of these people haul off and hit you in the mouth, then they look like they in the wrong. They look like they crazy or insane when they do it. When really they were just provoked to that point. So leave these people alone. Really. I seen a couple instances the other day, and it kind of just had me sick. And it's just like, leave these people alone. Okay? These people are still related to somebody. People still somebody's son, sister, mother, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, whatever. So just chill. Just fall back. What do you think about that, Carter? I know you ain't in the greatest of moods right now. But what you think about that? You chilling? Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I feel you. It's sickening. It sickens me too. Is this thing in the way, maybe? Is that what it is? Let's get this thing out of the way right here, because we ain't got nothing hanging from it. Let's get this thing out of the way. Leave the people alone, basically, bottom line. Since this is the 10th, which we came a long way, the 10th episode of Coffee with Carter, I decided to take it over. I'm taking over Coffee with Carter, and I kind of feel bad. I kind of planned on taking it over, and I didn't think that Carter was going to be sick or not feeling all that great when I decided to take it over, but I'm going to take it over anyway. Since this is the 10th episode, I'm going to turn this into an episode of the 10s, and I'm going to kind of mix it. Since I've done my little PSA, I'm kind of making it. It's like if the 10s and Coffee with Carter had a baby. This is what this episode is. That baby. Right there. So the Coffee with Carter 10s baby, Coffee with 10s, the Carter, I'll figure out something later. I'm going to do the 10 worst baby names, or just names, just I guess babies eventually grow up, of all time. Yes, I broke down some of. I can't say. All of these names have been made public knowledge. I got these names off a Social Security database online. All these names are public knowledge. With that being said, I'm going to have a disclaimer before I actually start dropping these names. If I offend anybody who who any of these names are or anything, I do apologize, but I don't apologize because it only costs so much to change your name. You don't need to be walking around with some of these names that I have on this list. This list is crazy. This list is nuts. I can't believe it's people who would do that to their child. Before I even start the list, period, everybody, if you are pregnant right now or you're just not having a child or whatever, your child will eventually grow up. That's the biggest thing I can say to people right now. Your child will eventually become an adult. A lot of names that are cool when you are a kid or you are a baby or a toddler or a young teenager, was an adolescent, whatever you want to call it, are not cool when you are 60, when you are 80, when you are 90, are not cool names. There are people out there who didn't make this list, but there's a 90-year-old woman out there named Princess, people. How come you are not a queen yet? You can't be named baby kid stuff at 90 years old. You can't. There is a princess out there that is 90 and some change. Oh, you dropped your football. So just keep that in mind, that your kid has to eventually get older and grow into or out of their names is very important. It's imperative. You don't like this football, dude? I got like I don't know, his kids. It makes noise and it's a football and he's a boy. So I got into football. I think he's more of a basketball guy, and that's why I think he keeps on kicking it away. But they didn't have a basketball, so I don't know what to tell you. I'll try to find a basketball, but until then, you better deal with the pigskin, my friend. Number 10 on the list of the worst baby names is T'Challa. Yes. I'm sorry. I know the whole world loves Black Panther right now. I get it. And I'm like the only person in the world that's just like, okay, it's just a movie. But tell me whatever you want. It's still just a movie. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 70 years from now, nobody's going to remember Black Panther. Nobody's going to remember Black Panther. I'm sorry. Nobody remembers any movie. You don't see nobody talking about Casablanca right now. That movie came out 80 years ago. Nobody's not going to talk about it. It is a movie. That's it. Movies can only be but so transcending. Y'all make it seem like it's a Martin Luther King speech. There is 3 kids out there named T'Challa, and there are 5 girls out there named Wakanda right now. Yes, there are 5 girls out there right now named Wakanda. Awesome movie. Love Boswick. 70 years from now will not make a difference. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, and I'm sorry if I offended any T'Challas or Wakandas while making a statement. Actually, you know what? I didn't offend any T'Challas or Wakandas. You know why? Because you're 9 months old. That's why. Nobody was naming their baby T'Challa a year ago, 2 years ago. Get out of my face with that. Number 9. Vader. Yes, I am a big Star Wars fan. I've always talked about my nerdness on Coffee with Carter. And that kid eventually had to grow up, have millions of Star Wars jokes. I know I would have a million if that was, somebody's name that I knew, because I'm just a clown like that. But Vader is a horrible name for any age group. Any age group. Toddler, baby, infant, young teenager, adult. Vader is just a horrible name for anybody. It's real cool in the movies, but that is about it. That's where it kind of just loses its flavor. So if anybody out there is named Vader, I'm sorry for putting you on this list, but you need to get a special talent where it doesn't matter what your name is. Learn how to shoot a jump shot. Or maybe, I don't know, you could play music, or, be an engineer or a doctor or something where it doesn't matter what your name is. Because you feel that on a regular application, they just gonna pull you into the interview just to mess with you for like 45 minutes. They're not gonna give you the job. Number 8, Roxanne. Roxanne, ROCK'SANNE. Yes, that's what I said. Roxanne. Like rocks. Like rocks owns the Ann. Roxanne. I'm sorry, Roxanne. That's horrible. And you probably tried to forget it too. You probably tried to write it normal. And people will say the same thing, so nobody will never be able to tell the difference, right? Social Security website can tell the difference, because they had it spelled just like that, and I believe them, Roxanne. I'm sorry. I can't even clown you. I feel bad. Which brings me to another point before we get to another thing. Don't start going crazy with all these apostrophes and hyphens and that little thing, that little accent mark. Stop going crazy with all those. Rule number 1, you should only have one of those in a name. If you got more than one punctuation mark in your name, it's starting to get ridiculous now. Just keep it one. right there. It starts to get ridiculous. Hyphens and dashes, and it's ridiculous. It's starting to get ridiculous now. I know you're trying to be original. I know you're trying to be different. And if anybody, I respect originality. But with that being said, there's a limit to everything. Everything should be done in moderation. Everything. And that includes punctuation marks in names. It's starting to get ridiculous. Number 7, money. Yes, there are 2 monies in the Social Security database. There's 2 monies. You okay, dude? We're gonna get some medicine in you before, after we off. I'm gonna fly through this one. I'm almost done. Yes, there is a money. What if money ends up growing up to be broke? You can't call a broke person money. You can't. You can't. You are almost forcing that person to become rich, basically, because he'll become rich. The money moniker is just swept up under the rug. Don't name your kid money. Don't put any real big expectations on. I tried to get my wife to name Carter Legend. She wouldn't have it, but it's gonna happen one day. If he was rich, I'd let it happen. It was gonna go down. It's number 6, shady. I understand everybody is crazy about naming their kids after all types of happenings and weather conditions and stuff like that, like winter and summer. I get it, but shady, come on now. Nobody thinks of shade when they think of shady. They think of a shady person. Nobody wants to be named Shady. I don't even think you like that. You got a little stuff on your chin there? Yeah, I don't even think Carter don't even like shady. Shady sounds shady, right? You know what I'm saying? It sounds shady. You don't think of Slim Shady, you don't think of Shady McCoy. You think of Shady. Number 5, unique. Here goes another one like Roxanne. Now check this one out. YOUNIQUE. Unique. And the same thing happened when I wrote it down. I can't. I really can't hold it in. It's ridiculous. Unique, I'm so sorry. Because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. But, oh, he threw it at the charger. Hold up, people. All right, hold up. That he didn't even like Unique that much. He just threw, right? So when I do my shows, I like to keep everything charged because you never know what might happen, you know what I mean? So I got it plugged up, and he just threw the football at the charger cord. This is how much we hate Unique. I'm gonna move on because I'm gonna say something that this might be the last episode if I say some of the stuff that I really want to say. Unique, number 5. Number 4, Disney. This is the worst part for me. 5 and up is just crazy. Disney, yes. There is 2 Disneys in the world, according to, and it might be even more. They don't know everything. Or if they do know everything, they're not going to tell us everything. But as far as the knowledge that I can get and that you can get at home, there's 2 Disneys in the world. There's 2 Disneys. You're named after a park. Number 3, eerie. And not like eerie, like scary, like, oh, you okay there, dude? You okay there? Or are you just like pushing something out? Like, are you trying to, Okay, alright, well, hold on. Oh, here you go. You got it wrapped up around your thing right here. Here you go. I know, or you weren't looking for that. You weren't looking for that? Oh. You got me on the cough. Okay. Well, here. Take the football. We had 3. We had Erie right now. Erie, not an Erie as in Erie, like scary Erie, but born on the edge of Erie, Pennsylvania, or like near Lake Erie. That's what it was. Is it? Yeah, near Lake Erie. Don't name your kids after places and monuments and stuff like that, because people think of the place in the monument when they think of the kid. And Erie just sounds weird. It just really does. So on behalf of the 10s, Coffee with Carter, Erie, We apologize. That ain't right. 2 and 1 is crazy. 2 and 1 is gonna be a thing. Two, there is a placenta. There is one placenta in the United States of America. And I looked up the story. The story is that the placenta or something had to be cut out or something because the placenta was affecting the actual baby's birth canal. And the doctor cut the placenta or whatever. So in honor, they named the baby placenta. No. No, 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 no. That sounds disgusting. No. No, 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 no. No. Right, dude? Placenta, dude. There's a person out there named Placenta. Yes. They don't say how old they are, but there's a person out there named Placenta. Yes, there is. I know, right? That's crazy. Number one, the worst, in my view anyways, one of the worst baby names ever. One of the worst names ever in history. According to the 10's podcast, we're taking over Coffee with Carter. Number one is Richard. There are 2 girls named Richard. Listen to what I said to you. There is 2 girls in the United States of America named Richard. 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 Richard, people. Richard. Richard. This girl's name's Richard. Hey, baby. How you doing? My name is John. What's your name? My name is Richard. Nah, I ain't asked you what your dad's name was. I want to know what your name is. My name is Richard. You know what the short version of Richard is? Soak on that, people. I'm going to get out of here. Oh, Richard. Richard and Placenta, like, take the cake. With that being said, I did the list. 1 and 2 are like on a whole class of their own besides for 3 through 10. It's ridiculous. Placenta and Richards, on behalf of the 10s, I do apologize. And if you drop some comments below, I don't got cake like that. But we can get like a GoFundMe account. I've never been a fan of people changing their names. I believe that people should respect the name that they were given. That's the name that their mother gave them, and their mother went through so much to, say physically and mentally to have them. But everybody makes mistakes, big ones. And those are 2 really big mistakes. Drop a comment below. We can get a GoFundMe account for you, and we can get that placenta taken off your birth certificate. We can get that Richard take off your birth certificate. Start thinking of new names now, because we coming. We coming. I'm telling you, on behalf of everybody. I do all my shout outs. I'm not doing all the shout outs because my man ain't feeling too good. But I done did them 9 times. It's number 10. I'm gonna take a shout out vacation. But on behalf of myself, Big Handsome, on behalf of a 75% maybe Carter from Coffee with Carter, we are out of here. And to leave, please, 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 just put a lot of thought and a lot of attention into what you name your kids. That's how I'm going to leave this joint off. Y'all take it easy. Y'all stay safe. Placenta, Richard, get at me.